Welcome back to Dark Souls. And in the last episode, we managed to go down through Ash Lake, and I will do a quick montage to show off any items I picked up or anything that happened during my trip back here to this bonfire. So, yeah.
To lack faith, yet magnanimous are the gods. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sins my domain. Hast thou acquaintance with Petrus of Thurland? I wager you two has likely found much in common. For is he not too drenched in sin?
Yeah, the curse was not fun to play around with very much. Let me just tell you, not a great time. Not a great time. Was not super happy about it. However, we do have an ember for Andre.
Why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me? Magnificent! You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
Alright, and he can now upgrade our equipment to all the way up to plus 10 now. So give me a few minutes while I figure out how I'm gonna upgrade some things, and I'll be right back. Alright, I have fully upgraded the weapon I was planning on using, which is now a another longsword. So I have two longswords. I have my Divine Longsword plus 5, and I also have a plus 10 longsword, which is the one I'm using now. The Divine Longsword will probably keep around just so we have a weapon to be able to deal with skeletons whenever we do need to go back through the graveyard. So, but yeah, we're gonna just kind of make our way into Sin's Fortress, and Sin's Fortress is a place full of traps that do a ton of damage, and it's one of those things where you really need to watch your step and your footing, and be careful. So anyways, like I was saying, I mean, Sin's Fortress can be really dangerous, and, I mean, as you can see, like, those arrows do a lot of damage. No, 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 shit. He was trying to Estus. Actually, I don't know which of my two swords is going to do more damage. I got 234 backstab. Yeah, so the plus 10 is better. Alright, screw those guys. Actually, I did a little test while I was killing those to see which of my weapons is better, and it looks like the +10 longsword is doing just a little bit more damage. While its total damage is less, it does not split what type of damage it does, which means that it's going to essentially do more damage because it's doing just flat physical damage. Actually, is a guy shooting lightning at me from up there, which is lovely. Let me tell you, getting lightning shot at you while you're avoiding giant scythe traps is the best. Of course, not a mimic. Some large Titanite shards, which I actually need to try to upgrade the next weapon I'm planning on be using. Believe it or not, we need to push forward in the same direction we're going, but I've got a couple of more things I actually want to do down here toward the first floor before we get super far into Sin's Fortress. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I have re-equipped my iron ring, which you will see why I need that here in a second. Trying to figure out where the best spot to drop down is. I think I'm going to actually drop down over here. This sludge will greatly slow you down. So if you're curious why I put the ring on, this is why. Surprised he's not doing the leaping attack very much. Where he tries to like jump in the air and then leap like down on me. It's one of the guys we knocked down earlier. That one saw me. There are actually a lot of hidden items. Pretty much, I mean, you guys know how Dark Souls is. It likes to hide shit, like, everywhere. But I think Sin's Fortress is definitely one of those locations where, like, you really need to pay attention to find everything. Because there's just so much hidden stuff all over the place. This looks like an illusionary wall, but it's not. Oh. I guess it is. I guess leads to the roof of the first part. Got a nice Titanite chunk and a decent amount of souls. I'm probably going to lose these souls. They're definitely not going to stick around. I don't think there's any drop downs from up here. I think it's literally just the giant that raised the gate. Of course, we can see the church kind of off in that direction. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else up here. I don't think there's any other illusionary walls. Yeah, we can just head back down. I'll tell you what, though, this area sucks without this ring. Just the one guy. Yeah, that was the attack I was waiting for the last one to do. So we get some more Demon Titanite. I've got a lot of different weapons and stuff that I would like to use just moving forward in the game, and we'll actually be back down here later. Because there's another like area where you can drop down and back down into, and having these demon guys killed is gonna be helpful. I don't think that they'll follow me. Oh, there's another one somewhere else. Yeah, there's another one down, way down the other end. Damn it. Alright, I am back to where I died, sort of. I can hear the other one, like, all the way in the back, shooting lightning at me. I don't appreciate that. Although it doesn't look like I've aggroed the one in the back yet. Give me a second while I wait for this guy to get a little closer. This is kind of nerve-wracking. Just, yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't really feel like dealing with that area right now. It's just one of those things that's like I can't really be bothered to give a fuck. Finally, jeez. Having a little bit of a rough go here with Sin's Fortress today, which is, ow, pretty par for the course. I'm just gonna take it. Of course, you can use the traps to your advantage, like I just did there. If I remember correctly, you're supposed to get a boulder to roll into this wall. But this enemy has an attack that can actually, like, yeah, push you through it. Allowing you to take care of this area a little earlier. Alright, guys, we are back to where we just were. Man, that was a friggin' giant, frustrating cloud of garbage.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
Of course, we have the master key, so we can open this door right away.
Oh, heavens. Thank you. I'm safe, and I'd love to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Firelink Shrine. Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery.
Of course, that is, in fact, Big Hat Logan. He is the guy who, the other sorcerer has talked about a little bit. It's a little precarious there. Of course, there's nothing else further down this path. That kind of secret door was only to find Big Hat Logan. I actually don't think we can drop down there safely. We might be able to. Yeah, there's the Titanite demons. I'm just not gonna. I'm just gonna stay up here. It's safer up here. Looks like there's some boulders. Oh, hello, friend. Try to lock on. Parry timing for these guys is a little weird. It's just something that I'm not quite used to yet, and I think when I get more used to it, it'll be a lot safer to try to travel through here. It's a lot earlier. Like, the parry timing is a lot earlier than I think it is. I think that's my problem, is I'm trying to wait just until, like, the last possible second to hit it, and I keep clanking them.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a ball, to be precise. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Looks like we're not the only people trying to get to New Orlando.
Perhaps I could try some rolling. Bah, no chance. My head would spin. Perhaps, bah.
The very pensive knight, Sigurd of Katarina. He is a very interesting NPC, to say the least. Got that very oniony looking suit. Trying to wait for... the Ring of Steel Protection, which will increase your defense against basically neutral type damage slash pierce, bludgeoning, whatever, what have you. Not a boss, just more dungeon. Of course, we have a small little trap here. Yeah, thinking of it as a little earlier is definitely helping. I can tell an immediate difference. Oh shit! I went a little bit too soon there. Of course, we can redirect where these orbs are being launched. I think after you adjust where it's shooting, it doesn't shoot where you are anymore. Otherwise, it'll just shoot like boulders kind of like in the general vicinity of wherever the worst place for you to be at is. Oh. That's weird. Maybe there's something that I don't get. I can hear it shifting and moving. Huh. I wonder why, that'd have been a very embarrassing death. I think I might try to explore the path that's over here. Damn it. I was trying so hard to line that up too. Alright, we are back to where we just were. There are a lot of enemies chasing me because I basically just ran straight back here. Trying to see where this leads. It's a handful of paths and things that I'd like to take a look at. The Hush spell, which is a spell that I was looking for a while back. I thought that the merchant sold it, but he is not. It essentially makes you as quiet as possible no matter how fast you're running. I'm trying to like get my bearings to figure out like where the hell I am. I see blood on this, so I'm pretty sure if it... Yeah, I see spikes. Okay. Looks like we have a treasure chest. Where's the front? Where's the front? So I don't see the chain. If you can't see the chain... Yeah, see, this is a mimic. You can see it breathing. I don't know why the thrust attack is hitting, but like the upward slash is missing. That's really strange. Of course, after you defeat a mimic, you get whatever was hiding inside. This just happens to be the lightning spear, which is actually the equivalent of like a plus 11 weapon that doesn't have any scaling. Lightning damage also does a lot of bonus damage to enemies that have scales. So these lizard men are going to take a ton of extra damage from the lightning spear. So if you don't have a decent weapon by this point in the game, you can just pick up the lightning spear. I'm trying to see where that leads to. These like trough-like stairs feel a little dangerous. I think we can go ahead and push forward. Of course, you can see the little death holes on the side there. And Scythe Blade Trap is a lot more intimidating than it is really, like, dangerous. If you overthink it and, like, roll at the wrong time or, like, try to get, like, a running start because you're like, oh, I'm not going to make it, it will knock you off and you will die because it is pretty much a death pit from that point forward. Is that a safe drop? I cannot tell, so I would rather... I'll err on the side of caution and stay where I am. Some large Titanite shards for our troubles. Get off of me, please. Thank you. I kind of both love it and hate the ragdolly nature of the enemies after they die. There is an enemy who's trying to throw lightning at me. So I can't really delay. Looks like we're finally back outside. Of course, before we do anything crazy, I need to, you guys hear the giant explosion? This is the only bonfire in all of Sin's Fortress, so you need to get this if you want people to save inside Sin's Fortress. And of course, it just dumps you right back out onto the stairs that led up to the, like, kind of balcony level. And if you're wondering why we're not getting those items, it's because there's a guy throwing giant fire death at us. And I don't like giant fiery death, so we'll come back and get those items after we deal with that. Trying to make sure there's nobody behind me. Of course, we have plenty of practice fighting these Baldur Knights. Kind of weird why there's one all the way up here, though. I don't think there's actually anything back here. So I don't know what he was, like, guarding. Other than maybe some views. Perhaps he would have run down the path to meet us here. I believe it's... Alright, so I don't have the key that I need to take this shortcut. This leads back to the beginning of Sin's Fortress. Which is silly, because there's already a bonfire up here. So I don't know why you would even need to do that. As long as you keep moving, those giant fire bombs of doom should never hit you, so it's pretty safe. Oh, I thought there was something here, but I guess not. Of course, this is the giant that's hucking explosives at us. Kind of waiting for him to do the attack that just lets me hit him a bunch of times in a row. I could hear it. I could hear when he did it. He made a very distinct noise. Let's get a Titanite chunk for our troubles. We can also break all of these bombs. Not that there's much to with them now that the giant's dead. Of course, that is the next boss. That is the Iron Giant, I believe. She's directly through this fog door, but I mean, you guys know me. I like to explore. I like to do a bunch of optional stuff. So I think we're gonna poke around just a little bit more before we decide to do that. Just trying to see what my options are. I guess we can go pick up all these items now that the giant is dead. Because that giant over there is the one that's dropping the boulders for that giant mechanism that was kind of launching them throughout the entirety of Sin's Fortress, and we're definitely going to want to take him out. And then maybe Sigurd will have something new to say. Oh, okay, game. Okay, I definitely rolled out of that. the like kind of tight quarters here, I do not appreciate. I'm doing very poorly all of a sudden, and I do not like that. Maybe my like react time is just a little bit too slow. I say, if I remember correctly, there's this guy over here. You gonna keep trying to shoot me with a bow? That's not annoying at all. Of course, this guy fights like a player, sort of. Whoa. You can combo out pretty freaking hard with that rapier. That must be the rapier that he was using, the Bricard's rapier. Of course, a couple chests. We get a chain facing away and a chain facing away, so we're safe to open both of these. Of course, the Divine Blessing is a full heal item that will remove all status effects, and the Rare Ring of Sacrifice is one that will allow you to keep basically everything when you die. All of your souls stay on you, and all of your humanity. Definitely one of those things you can always slap on if you're kind of in a very dangerous situation. The ring does break after you die once, though, so you can't just rely on it and never have to worry about the death mechanic anymore. It's a bit of a sketchy jump there.
What? Who are you? Ah, another undead, eh? I took on Sen's fortress alone, but I'm no different from those vile creatures. I was driven by conceit. Ah, you think you're different? That you can handle it? Yes, I remember that feeling. For I was the same. So, let me help you out with your soul searching.
Of course, he sells a wide variety of items, including large Titanite shards, which, I like large Titanite shards. He sells a handful of weapons and different pieces of armor. It looks like he's got the Katarina set, the armor set that he's wearing, which is steel. He also has the 2 rings that increase defense. He has black fire bombs. I like black fire bombs a lot, actually. I'm just going to buy like 10 of those. Probably don't need to buy them, but
nothing will come of it. And I should know.
Did forget to talk to him. Give me a second.
Oh, what is it? Still something you need, eh? There's nothing more to say. I'm finished. We're both on the brink, you see. End of story. You bloody fool.
There's a lot of stairs here. Just realized I do not know the parry timings for these, so I should probably not try to parry them. We definitely need a lot more practice to do something like that. There is the cage key. That was what I was looking for to be able to open up that shortcut. Because when I come back to this area, I do not want to have to retake all of Sin's Fortress in order to get back up to the top. We do have a bonfire pretty close to the top of the fortress, but it's just one of those things that will make our lives a lot easier in the long run. Thought I didn't make that for a second. I was a little worried. Oh, right. Going the wrong way. I was like, where's that cage again? By the bonfire, right? That respawns all the enemies. We have to fight them all again? Yay, fun. No, it's right here. I believe we actually need to take the cage down one time to unlock it as a shortcut. So you guys will be able to see where we kind of drop back to. It's right here. Basically at the very, very beginning. As you can see, I ran past a lot of these enemies. Oh, wow. I didn't think he could hit me while I was in the cage. That's a little uncool, bro. But yeah, now the other one will drop and they'll kind of alternate, so... Just make our way back over to that fog gate and to take on the boss. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. I like to close the distance between me and him as soon as I possibly can because of that very devastating attack. Oh, I thought I'd get a stagger up before that. There is an instant kill where you kind of like make him fall off the cliff. Alright guys, and with that, let's just step into this white ring and then we'll call it an episode after that. Of course, we have made it to Anne Orlando, and I think maybe we'll stretch this episode just a little bit further. I'm planning on taking a break after I'm done recording this, so I think we'll try to get to the next bonfire, and then from there we'll call it an episode. Because we have these very large sentinels. Of course, with a plus 10 weapon, these aren't terrible to fight. Also give a decent amount of souls. Don't know if I can sneak past them. I do see a chest back there, but we'll have to get that later. I just wanted to show you guys where the very first bonfire was in Orlando, and that is right here. Along with interesting NPC here. Hello.
Well, you are a rare visitor. Welcome to the lost city of Orlando, chosen undead. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, exit here and head straight yonder. If you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you.
Of course, she is a firekeeper, so we can use her to reinforce our Estus flask.
What is it? What am I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire. If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city? A gatekeeper and a guide. That is my calling. The bonfires attended by the keepers are special. They are linked to one another, and their flames never die. Yet never shall the keepers of these flames meet. If you require rest, now is the time. That is, after all, what the bonfire is for. If you require rest, that is...
Of course, we will level up before we end the episode as well. Alright, so this is going to be my spread. I'm going to get a point in strength, a point in dexterity, and a point in attunement, so I can attune an additional spell. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode there. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!